I'm going to cross my fingers that this video works. Sorry, guys. I'm not being very patient. And my videos are not turning out the best. I apologize. I think you can get through this, though. We're talking about heights of flowers. It's on a normal distribution curve. We have no idea what the mean or the standard deviation are. So I know I have to use my z-scores. What I do know from the problem is it says that 20% of the flowers have a height less than 3. So from that statement, I can write this. I'm going to use my standard deviation, or excuse me, my inverse norm. I'm going to type in 0.2, and I know that my mean is 0. Standard deviation is 1 because I'm going to a z-score. So I'm going to round negative 0.842. That's my z-score, and I know that works for 3 minus the mean over standard deviation. Take this equation and solve it for mean. I'm going to cross and multiply. So negative 0.842 equals 3, times standard deviation equals 3 minus mu. I'm going to add mu to this left side, and I'm going to also add 0.842 times standard deviation to the other side. I'll show you why I'm doing that here in just a second. This other side of the problem, I know that 10% of my population of flowers is going to be greater than 8 centimeters tall. So remember, your calculator doesn't calculate z-scores for greater than, but it will calculate them for less than. So when I'm plugging in, I'm going to do second vars, and instead of 0.10, I'm going to use 0.9 because 90% are actually less than 8. I should get something higher than 0. So on the right side, I do get a 1.28. I'm going to round that. Z-score 1.28 equals 8 minus my mean all over standard deviation. If I cross and I multiply, I get 1.28 times standard deviation equals 8 minus mu. I have 2 equations, 2 unknowns. So I'm going to solve both of these for mu, add mu to the left side, subtract 1.28 times standard deviation to the right side. We could use substitution at this point by hand, but since it's a calculator problem, I'm going to change mu. I'm going to let y equal mu, and I'm going to let x equal standard deviation. So this mu will be y1, and this mu can be y2. When I plug them into my calculator, however, I'm going to use 3 plus 0.8411621,335 times x, and I'll show you here because I want to use the longest decimal I can. And then for y2, I'm going to plug in this equation. Instead of rounding to 1.28, I'm going to use the big long decimal from my calculator. So 8 minus 1.281551567x. If I hit graph, I see the intersection point. So I'm going to do second, calculate, 5, and you hit enter 3 times. And the calculator tells you, remember, standard deviation was x, so 2.35, and my mean is 4.98. I'm going to write those down. My mean was 4.98. Standard deviation is 2.35, and these units were centimeters because of the flowers. If you need, watch the video again. Thank you.